the artist Elvis Presley thought was the real king of rock and roll. The term the king of rock and roll is practically synonymous with Elvis Presley. He contributed to bring the genre to a new light, which is how he earned the nickname, despite the fact that numerous musicians had already blazed the route before him. At one point in time, Elvis Presley gave away the title to another musician, despite the fact that it was pretty solidly placed upon him. In order to learn which musician Elvis Presley considered to be the true king of rock and roll, the artist Elvis Presley thought was the real king of rock and roll. Numerous musicians, ranging from Big Mama Thornton to Little Richard, were instrumental in the development of rock and roll. Presley owes a great deal of gratitude to them for serving as the impetus for his own star turn in the genre. At one point in time, he acknowledged the contributions of another rock pioneer and referred to him as the real king of rock and roll. During a performance, the singer Tom Jones was famously quoted as saying, "One night, Elvis said to me, 'Chuck Berry's playing tonight. Do you want to go see him?' I responded with a sure." As a result, we proceed to watch Chuck Berry, who was performing on stage as Elvis was looking at him. Chuck Berry was singing and playing. There's the real king of rock and roll up there right now. Elvis made a statement to me as he turned his head toward me. Deep down in Louisiana, close to New Orleans, way back up in the woods among the evergreens, there stood a log cabin made of earth and wood, where lived a country boy named Johnny B. Good, who never ever learned to read or write so well, but he could play a guitar just like ringing a bell. There are a great number of guitar riffs that have stood the test of time and continue to be considered fundamental components of rock music. When someone plays a riff that is reminiscent of Berry, it is tough to not immediately think of the Missouri native playing the instrument. Many people, including Elvis Presley, regard him to be the father of rock and roll. Find here a rendition of one of his most famous songs. He used to carry his guitar in a gunny sack. Go sit beneath the tree by the railroad track. Oh, the engineers would see him sitting in the shade, strumming with the rhythm that the drivers made. The people passing by, they would stop and say, "Oh my, what that little country boy could play." His mother told him, "Someday you will be a man, and you will be the leader of a big old band. Many people coming from miles around to hear you play your music when the sun go down. Maybe someday your name will be in lights, saying Johnny B. Good tonight."